Untold Civil War. And today I'm actually doing a response video to a video done by Civil War Digital Digest. They're a great group of guys that I'm trying to actually get onto the show in regards to share some untold Civil War stories, because I think what they do is amazing and they've been doing it for a long time, and they definitely have this video portion figured out, so I'd love to get some tips from them. Anyway, the video that they did that I thought was really cool was on Civil War graphic novels and sort of their recommendations. And through that video I actually bought this book, which is the Civil War Diary of Freeman Colby. And this is a really cool book because it is basically a Civil War diary that has been illustrated into a little graphic novel. And I thought that was really cool and really well done. And maybe I can share some graphic novels or comics that have to do with the Civil War that I can recommend to some of my listeners as well. So first up, I think people have probably seen these in every Civil War museum gift shop, or even at stores, at souvenir stores at Gettysburg. You're looking at the Marvel Comics Civil War series. And of course, I think Osprey Graphic History also came up with some comics as well. A buddy of mine is a big Marvel fan, and I showed him this. And I did not get the exact reaction I thought I would get. He basically said, when you ask Dad to buy you, Marvel Civil War, and you're expecting Captain America, and then you get this, what do you feel? Well, actually, I'd be more excited to get this, dang it. So these are really cool. If you just open them up, they're really nicely illustrated as well. And I'm not going to say that they're the most accurate things that you can buy on Civil War, but they give actually a pretty good outline of the stories, and it's a great way to get younger people interested in the Civil War. And to be honest, it's a great way for anybody, even a person like me, to sit down and just read something that's just not so dense, but we can appreciate and is fun. At the same time, some of you might know, and many of you probably don't know, I did grow up or spent a couple years in Paris, France growing up. And while I was there, I was introduced to Blueberry. Yes, this is a really cool comic. It's very popular in France. You can get a few editions in English, but if you want to practice French, you can find these online, on Amazon, on eBay, in English, in French. So Blueberry is an interesting character. So these were really a sort of cowboy western comic, and Blueberry is the main character in this. However, they do go back and tell his story as a young boy growing up in the French Quarter of Louisiana and going into the Civil War. I won't get exactly how he gets involved in the Civil War, and I'll save that for people who purchase the novels, the comics, to find out, because there's an interesting twist there. But he ends up serving in the Civil War, going on all sorts of adventures, and I think at some point he ends up, at Gettysburg, and he's even one of Alan Pinkerton's spies. So there's a whole bunch in there. Definitely not necessarily the most accurate of Civil War comics. Definitely more of a Western style comic, but still fun to pick up and read with a Civil War theme, I guess you could say. So these are really cool. Blueberry. By the way, they also came out with a movie about Blueberry, which I don't recommend. Absolutely horrible. Stick to the comics, all right? And finally, there's this book called Battle Lines, and it's a graphic history of the Civil War. And what's really cool about this is that not only is it really nicely illustrated, as you can see here, makes a great coffee table book, if you will. And what's really cool is that not only are the illustrations very neat, but they do a great job of incorporating sort of the newspaper style to narrate the story. And what's a really cool thing that they do in a lot of their images here is they open everything up with an item. So for example, chapter 3, if you can see that, is about the opera glass, right? And you wonder what that could mean, and you open it up, and here not only do you see the newspaper that I've referenced, but then you see a woman here looking through her opera glasses and observing the Battle of First Manassas, First Bull Run. So every chapter has an item that you see the Civil War through, which is really, really neat. So this is another book I would recommend for people who want to buy something that's a little bit different from those heavy historical tomes we all have on our bookshelves. So these are a little fun, can get younger people interested into the Civil War, and you know, this is my response to Civil War Digital Digest video, and I'll leave a link to their video in the description. Again, with this video, none of this is possible without the help of my sponsors. I'd like to thank, Civil War Trails and the Badge Maker. By the way, as we mentioned, the Badge Maker, here on my laptop I have his stickers, and you can see that two of his newest stickers are of the 79th New York Highlanders and the 9th Corps. Very close to my heart. I'm a big fan of the Highlanders, as people know. Civil War Trails, the greatest outdoor museum there is. I'm planning to do a documentary and go on the trail in the next coming months, so please stay tuned for that. I'll be working very closely with them on that. And of course, Civil War Images magazine. I am a subscriber to the magazine. As you can see, I get this quarterly magazine. It is an amazing resource, so please definitely go check out that link in the description as well, because there's such a wealth of information in these magazines, and again, nice light reading that you can just pick up at any time and open it to any place. So thank you so much for listening to this video. I hope you liked it. Hit the thumbs up button if you did. Subscribe, bell icon, all that good stuff. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.